"So what's your question?" said Carlson, who was in an agony of impatience. "What am I getting myself into?" "If Crawford appointed you personally, then that must show he's heard good things about you. So shouldn't we get to this crime scene?" "Who's Frieda Klein?" Carlson and Yvette Long looked at each other. "Is that a difficult question?" said Burge. "She's a psychotherapist," said Carlson. "And what's your connection to her?" Carlson took a deep breath. "She's been involved in various police investigations." "As an investigator or a suspect?" "A bit of both, actually," said Yvette. "That's not fair," said Carlson. "Well, it's true. I mean, look at—" "Stop," said Burge. "What I'm asking is, why is the Commissioner getting personally involved? That's not how things are done. And then why is he warning me?" Carlson and Yvette looked at each other again. "I've worked with Frieda before," he began. "We both have," said Yvette. "Yes, we both have. She's got abilities, very particular abilities. But some people find her—" He paused. What was the right word? "Incredibly difficult," said Yvette. "That's putting it a bit strongly." "She gets people's backs up." "It's not her fault," said Carlson. "Not entirely. Is that enough for you?" Burge nodded at the driver, and the car moved forward. "When did you last see her?" she asked. Carlson glanced at his watch. "About 3 hours ago." Burge looked round sharply. "What?" "She'd been involved in an investigation." "What sort of investigation?" "She was trying to get an innocent person out of a hospital for the criminally insane." "Which innocent person?" "It was the Hannah Doherty case." "The Doherty case? That was Frieda Klein?" "Yes." "It didn't go well." "No." There was silence for a moment. Carlson's mind was racing. There were so many questions to ask. "This body," he said. "Is it someone Frieda knows?" "Why do you ask?" said Burge. "Do you suspect something?" "Nothing in particular." No more was said until the car turned away from the traffic of Euston Road, and then they saw a haze of flashing blue lights. As the car pulled to the curb, Burge twisted round once more. "Are the two of you here to help her or to help me?" "Can't we do both?" "We'll see. At some point, maybe you can explain to me why you're employing a psychotherapist on criminal investigations." "I'm not exactly employing her." "Don't judge her by your first impression," said Yvette. "Or your second impression, in fact." Burge shook her head in irritation, then opened her door and walked quickly forward. It took longer for Carlson to edge his way out of the car and raise himself onto his crutches. Yvette followed him. He could hear her breathing heavily. A crowd of people had already gathered on the pavement, held back by the tapes and by several uniformed police officers. So it was true. All at once, he felt himself growing calm and detached. This was his world. He steadied himself on his crutches and swung rapidly towards the scene. There were flashes of light. The media had already arrived. How did they know? One of them had climbed up onto a wall and was crouched with his camera at the ready. A young officer was controlling access behind the perimeter. Burge moved quickly past him, flashing her ID. Carlson felt like an old, sick man fumbling for his own ID while leaning on one of his crutches. The man took it and began laboriously copying Carlson's name into his logbook. "Why didn't you stop her?" he said, pointing at Burge. "She's in charge," the man said. "We were expecting her." Then he looked at his watch and added the time before handing back the ID, then did the same with Yvette's. Carlson suddenly felt that he was back, but not really back. He was into the mews now, his crutches sliding on the wet cobbles. An ambulance was parked outside the lockups, its doors open and a paramedic inside, bending over something. As they made their way towards the house, another ambulance drove into the mews, its lights making the narrow space unfamiliar, pooled with blue, then fading back into darkness. Around him were figures, purposeful but silent. He could see faces at the